Oh, welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen. Today we are living in a growth cycle greater than the Industrial Revolution, obviously fueled by the advancements in tech. And today, Victory Square Technology is going to offer us an inside look into their 20 plus global tech companies and some of the investments. Joined with me is CEO Shafin Tajani, if I'm saying that correctly. Shafin Tajani, right?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Awesome. Welcome, sir. Thanks for coming aboard.
Thanks for having me.
So first, you guys have over 33 million invested across digital health, gaming, crypto, esports, cybersecurity, green tech, and the creator economy. Now, there's a lot to dissect here. So just to kind of simplify it for this video, because I'm sure we're going to get into some more stuff later down the road. But recently, your Fantasy 360 investment is a company that is going public. That's highly involved in VR, and I imagine some augmented reality as well. Can you just kind of extrapolate, further expand on exactly what that company is doing and what it means to your company?
Yeah, absolutely. So Fantasy 360 Technologies, doing business as Immersive Tech, listed last week on Wednesday. Ticker is VRAR, and it'll be trading in the US and Europe shortly. So this was actually a portfolio company built from scratch in-house in Victory Square. Really interesting story. The background was, read the book, Ready Player One. I don't know if anyone's read the book, but phenomenal book, and it ties into VST's thesis of working with founders who are living in the future, because we believe they have the best chance of winning big. So the virtual and augmented reality space, it's growing, projected to be 1.5 trillion by 2030. So what we did is we assembled some of the brightest entrepreneurs in that space. One founder out of Vietnam and the other out of Canada teamed up, and over the last couple of years they've been building immersive experiences for large Fortune 500 companies. So they've built about 64 experiences around the world, generated revenues prior to listing of about $5.5 million. Clients such as Bayer, the NHL, eBay, Intel, Scotiabank, large clients. Built an outstanding board made of Alvin Grayland, who's the president of HTC China, Kathy Hackle, who's listed as the godmother of the metaverse. So again, great board, great team, great space. The company had done great work, and they were hitting kind of their hockey stick curve. So VST decided to spin them out. So as part of our business model, after working with one of our portfolio companies for about 12 to 48 months, when it's hitting its hockey stick curve, we spin it out. So Immersive went public. We actually issued a share dividend to VST shareholders. So if you were a shareholder of VST, when the company got spun off, you got a common share dividend in Immersive, which was exciting. So our investors can participate as we spin these assets off. And yeah, we're excited for a launch. They've got a new product called Uncontained. It's this 5D experience, VR experience in a container, in a shipping container, of which I think the first one gets released in the next 30 days. Then they've got a number of orders kind of in the waiting. So the company is doing something very, very disruptive in the VR and AR space. And yeah, we're excited. It's listed and the journey is just starting for that next phase.
Hey man, yeah, you guys are just crushing it on that, and you're basically forming like this crazy tech ETF. And I really encourage anybody to go down the VR path, because these are going to be expansive growth businesses and technologies, right? So just to kind of further go down the rabbit hole for what investors are most excited about right now, especially with the volatility in the crypto market, I noticed you guys do have some investments down that path as well. So do you mind further expanding on how you guys are involved in that market and what kind of softwares you're developing?
Yeah, so I don't know if a lot of people know this about Victory Square, but our background, our team has been kind of in the crypto space since 2013. We actually listed the first publicly traded blockchain company in 2015. So we've got a number of years of experience, and I think the big thing is the team is a really big proponent of decentralization and Web 3.0. So without getting too technical, I mean, over the last 5 years, we've been, so during the crypto booms and crypto winters, we were hosting, the World Blockchain Forum, which was a gathering of crypto enthusiasts in Miami, Dubai, New York, London, and these D10E conferences like in Gibraltar, Kiev, Seoul, South Korea. And so for a number of years, and so over that period of time, we connected with some of the brightest people in this Web3 crypto space. And, I mentioned this earlier, we bet on founders who are living in the future. We believe that founders that live in the future have the best chance of kind of winning big. And so for us with Web3 decentralization crypto, to us, it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. So every time we go through these boom cycles, more and more people kind of get, into the ecosystem. And so we've planted some really good anchors. As an example, we have a portfolio company called Covalent. So Covalent's a data infrastructure project in the crypto space. They issued a CQT token, which went live. So investors can go to coinmarketcap.com and check out CQT. Fully diluted market cap's about 1.4 billion US right now. So exceptional team. They've got a product that's chain agnostic. So what's really interesting is we have a number of spin-off crypto projects that are coming out off of what they're seeing and what their team kind of gets access to. We've got another portfolio company called Creator.co. So it's got about 90,000 creators and influencers on its platform. It's a platform that connects brands with micro-influencers. So we're working on a social token project with them. We've got another company called Next Decentrum, which just put out the Dummies Guide to NFTs. And again, they built a platform that's being used by museums to mint NFTs. Which I think the first large project takes place in about 2 weeks with the Mob Museum in Vegas. So there are a couple other companies, Game On, which went public June 1st, which was another spinoff. The head of product there was the developer behind NBA Top Shots.
Yeah.
So we've got exposure on in a number of different projects in our portfolio. But really the core comes back to, being a big advocate of decentralization, Web3. And this was a journey that started in 2013 for us. So it's not like we're jumping into it. We've seen this cycle, really planted our feet, developed a really good wide base of relationships and anchor projects in the space. So.
That's incredible, man. Yeah, when you say anchored in the space, I think it's incredible that you have the access to the micro influencers and have the rollout into these multiple facets of crypto and some of these other markets, because I think it gives you that expansive ability, especially from a marketing standpoint. And speaking of these people that are kind of forward facing looking, like the likes of Cathie Wood, I wouldn't mind if you touch base as well, because obviously crypto VR is super hot, but I think people are generally overlooking a lot of the medical, the healthcare sector in the technology industry. Do you mind touching base as well on some of the telehealth investments that you guys have going on?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's good that you cited Cathie Wood. So, we've been referred to kind of as the ARK Invest of Canada, which in essence, investors are getting access to 26 portfolio companies that allow them to get exposure to all these sectors, but specifically around digital health. So, again, to Cathie Wood, she's talked about these 5 innovation platforms kind of all converging at once, and one of them being DNA sequencing, which is, created breakthroughs in gene editing, CRISPR therapeutics, agricultural biology, molecular diagnostics. So, for us, this fits into our thesis, where we innovations that can help cure diseases and enhance the quality of life. So we've spent some time building some anchors in the digital health, the digital health space. This is one of our core areas. So the first, example of a company is Victory Square Health, which was an investment we made in Brazil. So it was a leading portfolio company that had been working around rapid tests. So creating rapid tests for a variety of different kind of diseases, from HTLV, Hansen's disease, Leishmaniasis. I'm going to butcher the pronunciation there. And then last year in August, they ended up actually having a breakthrough in that one of their tests was a 15-minute rapid test, antibody test for detecting COVID in Brazil. And through that, they were able to establish relationships with retail, manufacturing, regulators and government bodies, hospitals. And through that, they built this first mover advantage into the digital health space in Brazil. So we had another company that we acquired here in June called Hydrate. So Hydrate basically was an on-demand, on-site Medispa tech company. So they were going to people's homes to do vaccinations, Botox, COVID testing, and a variety of other types of tests like that. We ended up actually building out tech for them, adding PC licensing, 503B pharmacy license to that, to build out a really, really robust telehealth business in the US and Canada. But we've been able to take all of that and license it to our Brazilian company, Victory Square Health, for them to be a first mover in Brazil and the Mercosur countries. So, in the North America, you've heard names like Teladoc or Well Health in Canada, but Brazil, is untapped right now. And because we've got a first mover advantage through Victory Square Health, we're able to take all of our technology, be a first mover there, and really innovate in the sectors like, again, not only telehealth, but also online pharmacy and on-demand lab testing. So there's a company called Everlywell in the US, which is a unicorn company, and these are similar models that we're able to actually adopt in Brazil and some of the Mercosur countries because we have that first mover advantage and boots on the ground. So.
Honestly, Shafin, I feel like I could pick your brain all day about these all these different sectors within your holdings. I mean, this is some pretty profound stuff. I'm obviously going to further expand my knowledge and continue to look through Victory Square Holdings, and I implore anybody to do that as well. And we're going to have you back on again soon, hopefully, and we'll continue expanding on everything that you guys are doing here. But thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you.
All right, stay cool, stay awesome, everyone, and we're going to catch you next time.
All right, cheers.